Four, three, two.
Hey, welcome everybody. Jeff Colson, Junior Hockey Advisor. We are doing our live Sunday night broadcast, starting off the new year. I apologize for being a little bit late there. We're a little bit quirky on the computer tonight, a little herky-jerky. I'm not really sure it's the same equipment. It's just when we rolled through it, we've been working on this all day long, and it just kept getting slower and slower and slower as the day went on. So if it gets too bad, let me know, and we'll just can it, and I'll reboot and try again. We've got a lot of things I want to talk about. There's a lot of things we want to do. The screen I've got is already showing up as extremely quirky. So give me some notes, give me some comments. Let me know how it's coming in on your end. In the meantime, I'll give you a little idea what we've got going on, because it's a whole new year. It's a whole new broadcast. Once again, I'm Jeff Colson. This is the Junior Hockey Advisor. We used to call the show Ask Me Anything. We are in the middle of doing some rebranding. This is just going to be live with Jeff Colson tonight. We're going to tackle the process. We're going to tackle the process of going from youth and elevating up through the ranks to juniors and then on to college. So it should be a good conversation. It should be some fun. And I look forward to getting the year rolling. We've got probably 4 or 5 awesome things that we're going to actually bring you this year that are different, that are new, that are unique. And we'll talk about those as we get going on through the night. It's great to see you guys. It's great to be back. It's been an interesting summer. Hockey-wise, of course, a lot of ramp up into the pre-draft for my role as a development person inside of the North American Hockey League. You know, we ramp up through the pre-draft. We exit interview every single person that's at the pre-draft. We get ready for the draft. The draft is a 48-hour process. I'm on Zooms, from the beginning of the day through the end of the night, and we work through the process. We feel like we did a good job. We feel like we got what we wanted out of the draft. Then we turn around and get ready for main camp, and that's in Dallas. So it was Chicago, then back, and then Dallas. In between trip to Europe, and my wife and I spent a few weeks over doing some Baltic Sea area stuff. We've never been up in that area, so we got to see the Finlands and Estonias and Poland and Sweden, Denmark. The gamut. But the area was nice. We got a chance to do some visiting up there. If you've been up there, let me know. Love to hear about that in the comments too. But right now in the comments, tell me how bad this video looks. Tell me what I got to do, because right now I'm really quonky on the screen. I'm just blah, 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 blah. So I'm looking at the other screens to see how I'm looking across the board. It's not any better on any of the other monitors or any other feeds. So I guess it is what it is. We'll go as long as we can go. And if there's, God willing, we'll get through the night and we'll have some fun with this. So I wanted to talk a little bit about some things we got going on. We're going to do some different things this year. This year with the Junior Hockey Advisor podcast. Yes, I said that, podcast. We're going to turn this into a podcast finally. Many of you have been asking for a podcast over the last few years. And we finally decided we're going to turn the corner on the podcast issue. We started introducing last week. You probably saw we introduced some coaching shorts. We're going to do some 1 to 3 minute videos that are just blasting and just a lot of fun on little short topics, nothing serious, but always something helpful when it comes to the coaching side, adding a little bit more dynamic into what it is to be at an advanced level at coaching, or techniques that anybody can use that are used at the advanced level. So how about that? That's a little bit better way of saying it. We're also introducing a couple other features, and I'm going to show you, if I can, one of the features we've got coming up. Let's see if this screen will pop up for me, and if it does. What makes this play great? And this is going to be a lot of fun. So what we're going to ask you to do is anybody that wants can send in a clip of their player, and they can send in a clip of 15 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds clip. Send us a little note. You can DM it through the Facebook page. You can put it in the comments. We'll grab clips, and then once a week we'll take your clips and we'll actually talk about what makes the play great. And so it doesn't matter what level, we'll randomly pick. I shouldn't say randomly. We're going to go through it, screen them, find some ones that are fun, find some ones that are interesting, and find some ones that can make it productive for other people too. But hey, little Johnny gets on and gets a little fun. We get a little fun with your little Johnny to make sure he gets a little screen time too. So it should be a lot of fun. I look at this play great. We'll grab some clips. We'll go through it. We'll X and O them. We'll run them backwards. We'll stop them. We'll slow motion them. We'll do whatever we need to do to show what made that play great. And we'll have some fun with it too. So put your clips in. Send us your clips. 15 seconds, 20 seconds. That's all we need. We don't need a whole game. We don't need a whole period. And it's for anybody. It doesn't matter age, gender, how you identify. None of that stuff matters. We're just looking for hockey. Just hockey, okay? None of the political stuff, just hockey. So send us your clips. That should be a lot of fun, and we'll go on with that. Another really interesting thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing one-on-one interviews with key people in the hockey industry, especially in the junior world. We've got an exciting interview coming up this next week. We'll roll that out midweek this week. We'll start our one-on-ones. It'll be one-on-one with Jeff Colson, and we're going to introduce some people to you, and we're going to go about this a little bit differently. We're going to ask questions. We don't want to know how the roster is going to look for next year. We don't want to review the defensive core and how you're going to replace last year's team. We're going to get into the roots of, what makes that coach tick, where they're from, why they are the way they are, what style of coach they are. Productive things that'll help you and your player, because the more you get to know about coaches and how they tick, that'll make it easier for you to actually make some choices on where you should be playing. And in some of these interviews that we've already done, now some of these are already in the can, we're just editing or cleaning them up. Some of these interviews got a little fun, they got a little humor, and you get to know who they respect in the industry. You get to see how they go about business, a little bit about their ethics, a little bit about their discipline and how they work in the game. One we've got coming up is with a guy I work with all the time, and I'm going to give you a little clip. We're going to play a little bit, and this is Dan Wildfung. I'm just going to give you a taste of what these interviews are going to be like, and let me see if I can make this happen for you. And if I can't, I can't, but I'm sure going to give it a try here. Give me a second. Like I said, it's wonky. I can't give it a better word than that. Wonky. I'm hitting the button and I get nothing because things are just really, really stuck right now. So, all right, I'll get that to you as the show goes on. If that button ever works, I'll try to get that over to you. See, I got a few different things. I've got actually an editing board that I use. Can you see the editing board? I've got an editing board right here, but I've also got 2 monitors and a third monitor that do the same thing. So I've got redundancy. The problem is that when the computers go wonky, we've been editing all day long, and they just kept getting worse and worse the more we played around with them. So I'm going to do my best to get this to you, and if I can't, I can't. And I just hit screen share. Let's see if I can get that. Okay, so there's our screen share. We're halfway there. That's not going to help me. Nope. It's being bad today. Okay, we'll just move on. We are going to just get back to a screen where you can see me, and we'll just do what we got to do. Okay. So anyway, Dale Walfong, we're going to roll that. We'll do the first of a series of one-on-one interviews. We'll drop those in later this week, and that should be a blast. I think you're going to find that the people that we're going to be doing D1 coaches, pro coaches, we're going to be doing U18 coaches, U16 coaches, some GMs, maybe even throwing a billet person or two just to give you a flavor of all the different things that'll help you through juniors and moving on and progressing into college across the board. So with that said, I got a ton of things to cover too. Probably the biggest news, obviously the World Juniors and how they all played out. Some really good teams, some really good hockey. Congratulations to Canada. What a great game. What an exciting game at the end. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, jump on and see if you can find some replays, because I think you'd really enjoy that championship game, especially the overtimes. Some phenomenal hockey across the board. That was big news. Obviously, U.S. didn't do so well. First place, Canada. Second place in the process was Finland. A tremendous game. One goal and one, unbelievable play for the Canadians. But that'd be a great play that I'd like to grab and just show you that that great play could have been negated, except for you had some really young, excited kids on the ice. The Finnish defenseman decided to step over and chase the puck on the left of his goalie, and which left a man wide open on the back door that was able to come around and score a really nifty goal. And it was an unbelievable pass by his teammate. The problem was that play wouldn't have been there if the D would have just stayed home. But that's the kind of thing we're going to do when we look at what makes that play great. Because not all the time is a great play. Only usually it's 3 or 4 steps into a play that makes a play great. And sometimes the D or the goalie have to do something to look great, and the D for Finland sure helps. Sweden took third place, and did the U.S. finish 4th or 5th? If you know, let me know. I'd be really interested to find out where they actually ended up. I did not pay attention to, after they were knocked out, which spot they actually got. So that's it. That's the breakdown of World Juniors. There's other times with World Juniors where I have time where I'm actually doing work for somebody for the World Juniors. That just didn't happen this year. So I was a little less than even a fan this year. I caught probably a total of 3 hours, maybe 4 hours of World Junior time, just because it's family time too for me in the summer, trying to catch up with all the stuff that we need to do before hockey gets rolling. And for me, next week I'm on the road and we're back at it. We'll be at the rinks all the way up throughout the year. And right now it's countdown to Blaine. It's trying to get as many U18 teams under the belt before we get to Blaine, Minnesota. And Blaine is the U18 PHL showcase that has some Minnesota teams and all the PHL teams. And then, of course, the NA3 will be there and the North American Hockey League will be there. But to be honest with you, I don't get a chance to watch much junior hockey, even though excuse me, even though everybody's there. I don't get a chance to actually watch those games because I'm watching U18s and spending so much time with the U18 teams. And that's a grind, but we're ramping up towards that. And then it's catching all the showcases with the HPHL, trying to catch some East Coast prep hockey, trying to catch some Tier 1 elites, and catching all the major showcases. And is the sooner you can figure out who's got the talent, the easier the job is. And that's what we jump in and do right away. So anyway, thank you for hanging on. I know it's a clunky night on here. Danielle, thanks for saying hi. Remember, jump on, tell me who you are, tell me where you're watching from. I'd love to know who's actually on the broadcast right now. I'm checking computers to see if anything's changed as far as the speed or the way we are looking right now. So it's only getting wonkier. So I know it's not. Is that a word? I'm not sure if wonky is actually a word or not. All right, another one of the things we're going to be doing. We talked about the short clips. We talked about the fact that we're going to do the podcast. We talked about the interview process. We're also going to be doing some elite groups. When I say elite, I should say exclusive groups. We're going to be doing small breakout groups for any and all of you that want to get involved. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take an hour, maybe 2, set it aside for sign up. And we're only going to take 10 or 12 people at a time. And we're going to go into breakout. We're going to go into more intimate discussions where you get a little more personal about your player, your situations, and we're going to try to walk through some issues like that. So I hear right now I couldn't get your live feed to work on Facebook, but you're working here on YouTube. Well, that's very good to know. I appreciate that. And I wished I knew what I could do to resolve that and make it a little bit better. My edit destinations shows all the feeds are up and all are running, but clearly that's not the case. And Facebook's not picking up. So it is what it is. I'll start over and try to do a better job next week with this. Maybe I'll even do another Monday night broadcast to catch up. So sorry about that, especially for Facebook people. Maybe I could ask a favor of you, Danielle. Maybe you could put a little note on the discussion group to say, hey, look, Jeff is still live on YouTube. If you could do that, that sure would be helpful. That would make life easier. I just reset all the streaming to see if it picked up anything. And we're going to see if anything gets better here. And I don't know if it will or not, but we will give it a shot. Ton of great new content. We've got a ton of